Hey guys, and welcome to the Lost Raid before Christmas. This is a daily bird. So we're going to be fighting a Mighty Iron Bundle. It's going to be a 7-star, which means it's going to be level 100. This Iron Bundle is going to have the mightiest mark. It is only available between December 22nd and December 24th, so this weekend only. And it's going to be in its Ice Tera type, even though it is predominantly an Ice and Water typing. And it is something you might have to be a little bit careful with. So if we go ahead and we look at Iron Bundle over here, you can see it has Ice and Water typing, but the main things you want to look at are its base stats. It's got like a low HP, low attack stat, really low special defense compared to its actual defense stat. Its defense stat is like double the special defense. So if you really want to like optimize and min-max and hit this thing the hardest you can, you're going to want to use a special attack. You should be aware that this thing has an incredibly high special attack and speed, so it's no doubt going to go faster than you for pretty much every turn for most Pokemon in the game. So be prepared to be hit with special attacks and prepare yourself to hit it with special attacks. You're going to be looking to use Fire-type Pokemon fighting Rock or Steel against this Iron Bundle. First things first is you will have to connect to the internet in your game or go ahead and go to the Pokeportal and press the plus sign to get news so that you can, like update your game, get the raid in your game. Of course, you're going to have 6-star raids unlocked so that you can even see this raid. Once you've done so, you'll go to Paldea because the raid only spawns in Paldea, and you're going to be looking for the Black Tera Crystal Shard raid like this with the ice symbol in it. This is the one I need to go to. So for the Annihilape build that we're using in this video, it's one that you've most likely used in previous Tera raids if you've been doing them along the months. It's of course going to be a level 100 Annihilape with the Fighting Tera type. The held item is going to be the Metronome, which boosts the power of a move that is used repeatedly, and since we're going to be using a move over and over and over again, it's going to make it much stronger. Now, it doesn't really matter the ability that you have. We are using the ability Defiant, but it actually doesn't play a role in this raid at all. All of our IVs are best IVs or hyper trained. And for our EVs, we have 252 EVs into HP, 252 EVs into attack. If you want to make this even more successful, you could probably put the HP EVs into special defense because this Pokemon is going to use Blizzard against you over and over and over and over and over again. So the more special defense you have or resistance to ice type moves, you'll be fine. In terms of the moves, you're going to need one very important move that is learned by TM is Drain Punch. I've got 16 of it, so raise its PP to as high as you can. This is the move that you're going to be spamming over and over and over again. We also have Screech, which is going to harshly lower the target's defense stat. In fact, we're actually going to start the battle out with one Screech, and then we're just going to spam Drain Punch until we can Terrestrialize. And once you Terrestrialize, you never stop using Drain Punch. Even though you're tempted to use other things, don't stop using Drain Punch. There's also Sunny Day, which we actually won't be using in this video, but it's here just in case you might need it. But let's go ahead and show you how this raid is done. So make your way to the crystal, and what we're going to do is challenge this one alone using this Annihilape. At the start of the raid, the Iron Bundle will use Snowscape to make it start snowing. It will also use Aurora Veil, which is going to half damage that it receives from physical and special attacks for 5 turns as long as it's snowing. So it's quite a defensive buff that it's put on itself, which is why we're going to start out the fight with a Screech to harshly lower the Iron Bundle's defense so that we can actually deal damage to it. Now, like I said earlier, Iron Bundle is going to be faster than you, and it's going to use Blizzard over and over and over again. If you do manage to get Logan with his Arbelovia on your team, this will be a breeze. Without the Arbelovia, because Arbelovia is going to replace, the weather effects and status effects on the ground, which is nice, and it also heals you sometimes. But from this point onwards, you're going to be using Drain Punch pretty much every single time. Like literally until you can Terrestrialize, as long as you're alive. If you do feel like you're going to die to the next Blizzard, don't Terrestrialize. Make sure you Terrestrialize when you have at least over 240 health so that you make sure that you're going to stay alive. So from this point onwards, it's quite simple. You're going to use Drain Punch over and over and over again. In fact, you're going to use it until you can Terrestrialize, and you're still going to keep using Drain Punch. It's that simple. Once you can Terrestrialize, make sure you're not going to die. Sometimes you get hit really hard, and the Blizzard can hurt a lot. But once you do Terrestrialize into the Fighting Tera type, you won't take as much damage, and you'll start to deal a bunch more damage and heal a lot more. Like if you look at the health bar, it's like whoosh, straight up again. So as long as you keep using Drain Punch, you will keep healing and you'll keep keep yourself from dying. So don't get tempted to do anything else. Eventually, Iron Bundle will use an electric terrain, which is going to activate its quirk drive, which is going to make it a little stronger, but it's going to be fine. I got critically hit here, which is unfortunate. Did like almost 400 damage, but luckily at this point here, I was able to do a nice big hit, take the shield away, and heal straight to full, as you can see there. Boom. Yeah, so Metronome, Drain Punch, keep spamming it, and you keep healing more, you keep dealing more damage, as long as you keep just doing Drain Punch over and over and over again. If you do somewhat like die at the beginning of the raid, you will see there is still enough time. If you die and then terrestrialize into your fighting Tera type and then use Drain Punch, you can still make it with one death, as long as you don't die a second time. And that's how you can catch and beat Iron Bundle with the Mightiest Mark. And these are the rewards that we received. Some, pretty usual rewards that we normally get from these things. Pretty nice. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Good luck with the raid, and thank you so much for watching, and Merry Christmas.